welcome to the 85th episode in our AI and You podcast series. Today is Wednesday, February the 16th, 2022, and I'm your host, Vicar Saidi. I'm a computer scientist and engineer, a lecturer, and a consultant. I'm also the author of several books. My most recent book is about artificial intelligence and is titled The Genome Affair. The Genome Affair is a speculative work. It examines what the world might be like if some of the more extraordinary capabilities forecast to be realized in AI over the next 20 to 30 years were actually realized today. Given the growing list of frightening existential threats humankind now faces, the book pays particular attention to the impact AI is expected to have on world affairs. The book is available in ebook format for those who prefer to read on a digital device, but it's also available in a high-quality paperback edition. The Genome Affair is available on Amazon, so I hope you'll take the time to read it and to leave a review. Amazon book reviews are very helpful for writers. I'm very interested in how science and technology influence world affairs and the big questions facing humankind. Studying at the confluence of the great disciplines of human history, political science and thought, international affairs, science and technology offers a deep understanding and pedagogically important lessons of how advances in human endeavor have influenced and impacted civilization. I'm available to give talks on artificial intelligence and its related technologies, and on the impact AI is expected to have, or is already having, on our world. If you'd like to get in touch with me to arrange a web-based event or consulting meeting with your company or organization, you can find my contact info in the podcast notes below. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and share it with others if you find the content valuable. Thank you. And now, on to today's podcast. In our last podcast, episode 84, I spoke about artificial intelligence and 21st century military doctrine. In today's podcast, episode 85, I'll speak about artificial intelligence and the coming revolution in healthcare. Let's get started. Today, the world is facing a steadily growing crisis in the delivery of healthcare. As the global population continues to expand, we are increasingly finding ourselves in situations where we have far more patients than we have physicians and other healthcare professionals available and trained to treat them. The problem is particularly acute in rural communities in the developed world, but perhaps it's most concerning in the developing world, where often even basic medical care administered by trained professionals is unavailable for the majority of the population. Fortunately, rapid developments in the field of artificial intelligence and the application of AI agents in healthcare and the life sciences is very promising. There are many regulatory and technical challenges that remain, but both the direction and pace of progress is unmistakable. Consider, for example, the case of vision impairment. In the United Kingdom today, 10% of appointments with the UK's National Health Service are related to complaints or concerns regarding visual impairment. This translates into 10 million appointments per year, and this is quite simply an unmanageable load for medical and professional staff within most health systems. But the NHS is now increasingly employing AI agents that can effectively screen patients. These agents can diagnose 50 varieties of eye disease, including age-related macular degeneration, the most common cause of blindness in the developed world, with a level of accuracy and expertise equivalent to what can be expected from a highly trained and experienced ophthalmologist. Furthermore, these AI agents can complete their analysis of patient retinal scans within a few seconds, whereas the same volume of retinal scans would take a human expert many hours and more probably days to complete. Nevertheless, there are significant challenges that must be overcome before AI can take its place alongside eye specialists and physicians in the NHS and the health systems of other nations. Amongst the most controversial of these challenges is in the training of ophthalmic AI agents. AI companies need to obtain very large volumes of patient data, and this can be very difficult since patient data privacy and security is a major societal concern within liberal democracies. In the developed world, AI researchers, healthcare professionals, physicians, and scientists generally operate within a strict legal and regulatory framework that must be carefully adhered to. Infractions against the regulatory regimes can lead to loss of public trust and severe financial penalties for everyone involved. Recently, the UK company DeepMind, perhaps the world's foremost AI company, inappropriately received 1.6 million unmasked NHS patient data records. As a result, they are now facing legal consequences that will impact the work they've been doing. Work that is badly needed by the very same health system from where the data originated. Healthcare researchers estimate that in 2020, there were 600 million patients across the world with distance vision impairment, and they are now projecting that by 2050, this number will grow to 900 million. Practically speaking, there is no way any society can train a sufficient volume of eye specialists to address a 50% growth in this area of medical need, or in the countless other areas of medical need within any community and across the world, in such a short period, given the length of time required to prepare specialists. This raises the solemn question of whether artificial intelligence can help address the problem. Most in the AI and healthcare industry believe the answer is yes. Thankfully, there is a new technology that can be employed to ensure patient data privacy and security by locking the data in its original sequestered source. Then, a digital switchboard or gateway can be used to aggregate and manage queries from a multitude of external but validated sources before any query is submitted to any confidential and secure patient datasets. These confidential patient health databases can then return key health data insights without any risk of compromising patient privacy and security. Non-fungible tokens, NFTs, implemented using blockchain technology are another mechanism that can be used to protect patient privacy, and we can expect to see more such patient data privacy and security options in the near future. Thus, we can have a reasonable degree of confidence that the privacy and security challenge can be overcome and that AI researchers will have sufficient data to train their agents. Today, there may be several ways to apply a specific therapy depending upon distinct patient characteristics. There may also be a number of different therapies that can be administered for a given pathology. But until the physicians and specialists try, there is no real way to know which modality or which therapy is best suited for a particular patient. But with the application of artificial intelligence, AI researchers, physicians, and scientists are now working to simulate the various options, and so they can know in advance of a physical procedure whether it will work and what, if any, potential problems they might encounter. AI can now enable us to conduct virtual trials with multiple variations of a particular procedure or technology while taking into account the relevant data, physics, and patient physiology. They can then identify the procedural options with the highest probability of success and suitability for a particular patient. Furthermore, relative to conventional clinical trials, virtual trials are very inexpensive, and they are quick. At the cost of just a few tens of thousands of dollars and a period of only a few months, physicians can have their answer, whereas clinical trials can take several years and cost tens of millions of dollars. The numerous advancements in the application of artificial intelligence in healthcare and the life sciences is expected to grow the healthcare market to $34.5 billion by 2027, up from $4 billion in 2020. However, there are many challenges ahead. Today, AI and blockchain are the two most energy-intensive of the fourth industrial revolution technologies. There are new sources of energy under development, such as the recent advancement and proof of concept of fusion in Switzerland. But these will still take some time to develop. In the meantime, we can use DeepMind's artificial intelligence to optimize energy consumption within energy-intensive data centers as well. Google is doing just this in its enormous data centers, where they perform billions of searches every day. Thank you for spending some time with me. I'm trying to follow the TED Talk format, and so I'm keeping these podcasts under 20 minutes. Let me know what you think. I hope you'll find these insights into artificial intelligence helpful, and I hope you'll read my new book, The Genome Affair. It's on Amazon. Until next time then, this has been the AI and You podcast with author Vicar Saidi.